Demons are angels that originally were in heaven but rebelled against God by joining up with Satan when he rebelled against God. And then they were cast down from the heavenly realms. So now they serve the dark kingdom.
There is a fallen angel named Lucifer, and there's many fallen angels that went with him. 1/3 of the angels from heaven fell.
Lucifer, or Satan as he's called, or the serpent, or the old dragon as he's called. He has a number of different names that he goes by. The amazing thing is that most people know him by the word Satan or the devil, and that's actually a title. It's not a name.
Satan or the devil. Devil means liar, deceiver, and Satan means accuser in the original languages in Hebrew.
And so when we say Satan, we're actually talking about the title of a cherub angel who is identified as a devil, or the serpent of old, who actually was involved in the Garden of Eden that brought about the tripping up of Eve and actually beguiled her into deception.
When God created the heavens and the earth, he created both first ministry angels and angels that would help him accomplish his purpose. And so he longed for companionship, and the first level of companionship he made was these beings, these spiritual beings that we call angels. And we always have pictures of them. I'm sure they all look different than what we think they do. You know, maybe they can appear whatever way they want to. But during that time, there was one named Lucifer, and he really desired to be as awesome as God because he was created so beautiful, and he was created with songs that were just amazing. He had a creative ability to stir up songs and sing the best things and be, you know, could picture a rock star who was the best one, and all the time. He never failed. And there was part of him that said, you know, I'm as great as God. I have God's greatness in me, but I think that this is me, basically. He took it on himself and said, even though I'm part of God, I'm still separate enough to where this is mine now. And he got really offended at God and the way that God was doing creation, especially man. He was very jealous. When God created man, he was very jealous of those design plans that were about to come forth, because man, God was going to totally share his nature with and allow to be completely independent of his creativity. And angels can't create, they can only foster creativity. And so Lucifer got very jealous of this concept, and he began to rebel. And when he rebelled, God gave him a choice and said, and he gave all of heaven a choice, and he said, look, you have a function and you have an operation, and this is what it is. And I love you. I'm eternally in love with you, and I love who you are, but you're not great outside of me.
Lucifer, the son of the morning, who is the devil, who is the adversary, who is the serpent of old, was at one time in the highest place of heaven and ruled over the nations and had that whole economy of ruling over the nations with God. He was a co-ruler with God and over probably a large amount of the angels. But he was so enamored with himself because of his beauty, as it talks about in other passages of the Bible, that he said, well, I'm just going to be like God. I'm going to sin like God. I'm going to be him. I'm going to take his place. And in that, sin entered in his heart, pride and the iniquity, and God judged him. And from that point, then he was cast out of the paradise of God into the second heavens, where he created a hierarchy of government, of wicked, evil government, set against the purposes of God.
Lucifer, Satan, was an angel, and is still an angel, but fallen form. And the Bible is very clear about this. And Lucifer, Satan, is very, very powerful. He's one of the highest ranked angels. And he decided he wanted to outrank God. He wanted to receive the worship that God was receiving. And so he caused a rebellion. And when he did, 1/3 of the angels decided they were going to go with him. When they did that, God cast them out of heaven. And so today you have demons, you know, and demons are angelic beings in a fallen state. And so that's where all of these spiritual beings come from. God created all of these spiritual beings, and they chose a side.